You will need a non-stick mat, a circular cutter, quite large, a foam ball, half of, these are from Purple Cupcakes, your non-stick rolling pin, a colour paste, fondant, flour paste, water or edible glue, a clean paintbrush and a pizza cutter. First of all, we want to make the cupcake topper. So something like this. This is going to be the bit that goes on top of the cupcake for us to then place the ruffle rose onto. First of all, add a little bit of icing sugar to your board, and then using your just regular sugar paste fondant, make sure it's kneaded nice and well, and we just want to roll this out to a few millimetres thick, about the size of a pound coin thickness. You see, roughly. And then taking your cutter, so you can choose whichever side you like, either the frilly side or the round side. I'm going to use the frill side to make something like this. You want to press firmly and then give it a little shake to make sure that it creates a nice clean edge for you. Remove away the excess. And then we want to take this and add it onto our dome. Like I say, I got these from Purple Cupcakes and they're ideal for doing domed cupcake toppers. It took me a while to figure out how to make them, but if you leave these overnight, so I'm just using like cupping around the sides and very gently, just making sure that it's all even. You don't want to end up with some longer sides than the others. And if you leave this overnight, then it will set nice and hard, similar to this one. So then you'll be able to take it off and it keeps its nice dome shape, and then you'll be able to place that on top of your cupcake. Okay, so for the ruffle rose part, here I'm using some flour paste. So this is a lot different than sugar paste that you can normally buy. It's a lot tougher and it dries very, very quickly and goes quite hard. So what you want to do is just take the amount that you need, and then the rest of it, make sure you keep it wrapped up either in a container. I use cling film. It's obviously the quickest and easiest part for this. I've coloured this with some Sugar Flare pink, but you can use whatever colour you like. This is just for purposes for today. So I'm just adding a little bit of icing sugar just to dust it off, and then with this we want to be rolling it a lot thinner than we did before, just to create more ruffles. So it doesn't need to be perfect this, but you want to create a nice thick long part, sorry. Like that. Then using your pizza cutter, nice easy tool that most people have got, just cut the edges away. You can get quite precise with this and obviously measure it, so if you want them all to look exactly the same, but for this video we're just going to go with it freehand. So you want to create a long rectangular shape. And then what we're going to do is fold it in half. So again, this, because it's a lot easier to kind of move around than the other fondant, so you can fold it around. Obviously don't press it down too hard for now. It doesn't have to be perfect, but that's the kind of thing we're going for. Next, you want to pinch the one end, and this is where it gets a little bit tricky and you have to play around with it. Now with my finger, I'm just running it through the middle here, and then you want to just kind of squeeze it together and pinch underneath. It doesn't have to be perfect. Keep hold of the end though so it doesn't all unruffle, and keep squeezing and concertina it, I think is the word, so you get a nice ruffly effect like this. It's really nice if they're all quite different as well. And then all I'm doing is just kind of folding it back round onto itself, and at the back here pinch. Then you've got a really pretty vintage style ruffle rose that can go on top of your cupcake. You can put it on top of the topper that we've just made, or just as it is. You could also add extra little effects, so you could paint some kind of gold or colour around the edges there, if you want to get a bit more technical. Like I said, this will set quite quickly, so you can either leave it to set now, or what I tend to do is, obviously watch your fingers, cut a nice flat edge off the back. You can use a knife or go that to hand. Then that's perfect then just for adding to the top of our cupcake. So here I've got my glue water. Just dab that where you want it to go and pop it on top. And there you have the finished topper. Brilliant for birthdays, weddings. If you've got any questions, just add it in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe.